Welcome back to IndieFaith podcast. You are listening to Jules and Mary, and we are recording episode number 4. So getting straight into it, we want to dedicate this episode to all our non-islander people. And if you were looking for those tips to impress your islander partners or friends, family, this is the episode for you. So firstly, let's break down, what does a typical islander home look like?
There's Jesus stuff, so, whether it's a clock,
Jesus clock,
Jesus face,
statues,
just, anything Jesus,
framed picture of Jesus, with the ula over it.
Most of our photos have ulas over them. The special ones anyway.
Or for the Catholics is Mary. Mary.
Yep.
Everything. I think there was one podcast I listened to, like Mary Tea Tales. Oh my god. Oh, we went that creative.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
But I have a Jesus little statue thing.
Yep.
At the front of my door.
Oh, that's nice.
That was my my dad's housewarming gift.
Oh,
like, I have to have Jesus in your house,
in your life,
and go to church. That's grandma. I see a lot of siapos and those fine mats.
Yeah.
And ikonga.
Yeah. Or like vines coming out of. They're decorating like the walls and like.
These green vines. What is that supposed to?
I'm not sure.
Like, is it like to bring the jungle feel,
the tropical feel from the island?
Those big plants,
the fake ones,
because we don't want to water them.
We need the fake ones so it looks really pretty. We have like furniture that doesn't match.
Well, the couches were like one we got from those the where they put rubbish out in the front of the house, like the curbside.
Free.
Let's take this home.
Yeah. And then they're like, see, Jesus.
And then we always because usually those ones have like rips in it. Yeah. So we have to cover it with the ear lava or something.
Or something. Or it's all matching. So you get the like ear to cover all the furniture so it looks like it does match.
And on the coffee table.
It's so pretty.
But it was really like a bedside table.
It's a dresser that you meant to put in your buckle. Oh man.
Yeah, we used to like our lounge, everything was it was mismatched, but we had these blue, I don't even know where we got the material from. I think from some like Asian store.
Okay.
And we used to remember the blue one with the white flowers?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That was covering the couch, so everything come in is just blue with white flowers.
That's so nostalgic.
Or even those Asian mats, the plastic ones.
Yeah. Because we take them to like church functions or church like sport days or whatever, and we take it out of the car and then we use it to sit on.
And then we bring it back home and put it on the lounge.
So you balance.
But those mats I love those mats.
They're so good.
Yeah.
And they're so light, so you can just take it anywhere.
Yeah. And if you spill something, you just wipe it off. Because it's plastic. And we don't get in trouble.
Yeah. Dry screen. We get one of our clean shower towels. We're just like,
and then it's only when we move out and then you pull the mat off and you see all these blotches of
different drinks.
Drink stains.
Oh man.
What else is makes a typical island home?
A lot of mattresses.
Yeah.
We have whether it's stacked up or it's in the lounge or it's in the hallway.
Or behind the couch. Yeah. That's where we had it.
Man.
Yeah, because we used to have like sometimes grandma and granddad will sleep in the lounge.
Yep.
So then once they, once they're awake and everything, we go in, fold all the blankets and the pillows, put it away, and then put the mattress behind the
we
couch.
Like lift it. But we have to move the couch and then put it through, and then
put in
push
the
the couch back. And then we sit on the couch and watch TV.
Like it's not there.
Yeah.
Well, we used to we didn't have like those bed frames or the base, so we just have one mattress on top of the other on top of the other,
because it was so firm.
The boys used to carry them out into the lounge, play wrestling on it all the time. Or where you have that boku where it's just empty,
and
then you just lay out all the mattresses.
All the mattresses you own is just,
that's your trampoline. But it's also like, I think the things that island families do as well that sort of become part of the house, like when we do our prayers, our locals, and it's always like an hour.
It's always for ages, and you can't fall asleep because you'll get in so much trouble if you fall asleep.
It's funny, I don't know how they know.
I think because they can hear you snoring.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, sometimes, I don't know if they're praying with, like, one eye open, like, just watching everyone.
Maybe. We never asked.
But it's also dark because you have to turn off the lights. And then pray in the dark.
Yeah. But then sometimes, because, like, other times as kids, we'd wake up because the ending song starts.
Yeah.
Like the end of the prayer song starts, and then we're just like, hello.
Oh my gosh. But I like, me and my brothers do this where there's this one brother that always falls asleep. And every time we hear just quickly nudge, come on. And then, like, at the end of the local, he's always like, I wasn't even sleeping. Like, you're just snoring.
You're just sneezing.
Yeah. But we always have to have, like, each other's backs.
No, you were nice. We would just rat each other out. Mom, she was sleeping. She was sleeping.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was
them. Yeah. But, yeah, memories, eh? And then, like, sometimes when we have functions, not only will, like, and we're all standing, like, where you have the birthday person in the front.
Yeah.
And then usually it's like, our grandma that's with them, and she does the prayer. She does the prayer, and we're all standing and we're all hungry. And it goes on and on and on. And then after, I'm in it. And then, like, after that, you think, okay, we get to eat. But then, and then we have the cake.
Yeah.
And then the happy birthday song. There's like 20 verses in that birthday song. I don't even know how many versions you have to sing.
The hip hip hooray bit. It's gone on for like five times. It's just like, okay.
Well, the sing happy birthday twice, and then happy birthday in Samoan twice.
Because it needs to be even.
I actually have this story, like, it was our uncle's birthday recently, and we were all in the room and we were all singing happy birthday, and then I got to the, like, grandma led the Samoan one, so we started the Samoan one, and then for some reason she changed the last two lyrics. Like the last lyric. And we all didn't know what it was. It was like, but so the only person that was singing at the end of the song was Dad and Grandma, the island borns. I'm like, I don't remember this version of the song.
I was feeling like, why aren't you guys singing?
Yeah.
Why aren't you singing?
I can't remember what the version was, but yeah, you had to, like, it was like four verses, and then by the time Uncle got to blow the candles, like, about this like 2 millimeters.
Of a candle just hanging on.
Just hanging on to that last wax.
Oh.
Nah, memories. Oh, not memories. It's still happening.
I was like, what?
What do you like notice any other sort of things that we do that sort of is a typical island thing in our homes?
No. I'm trying to think. I was like,
yeah. I like the birthday singing, the Christmas carols.
oh yeah.
Yeah. You have to you just basically have to know how to sing pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, and that's another thing. With like my partner will come in and we do the loku, and it's like the prayer is in Samoan, the songs are in Samoan, and it's like, I don't know. Well, my partner sort of feels like he has to, because the whole family is doing it, so it's like pressure on him to sort of try and he sings.
Yeah, I've
Like,
noticed that.
Yeah, he actually tries to pick up the sounds and
Yeah.
then he'll sing it as well.
He's so good. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, even then sometimes he sings louder than us.
Yeah, because he's passionate, man. And I think by that time you guys are just like, oh my God.
No, because we're all because he's an outsider that's like, in something that's so intimate to our family.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to sound crap when we sing in front of him. So we're all like, I know a few of my siblings, like they just mouth but like no sound is coming out, so it puts pressure on the other people to have to sing. I hate it when they do that.
It's pretty like the boys. The boys are just like mouth. Like
Mom used
the
to
lyrics.
do that all the time. She'll sing and then she'll just go quiet.
Yeah.
So it makes so it highlights our voices.
Yeah.
And we're all like, we're going off you, man.
We're following your lead, man.
So the volume goes like from 100 to like 25.
Poor Rob, he's pretty confused as. He's like,
We're confused. Like, Mom, come on. But yeah. So for our, non-islander viewers, like, what are some tips you reckon will help them gain like some points with the family? As in, like, what do island parents look at as signs of respect?
I think because we're obviously with men who aren't Samoan. So for me, I feel bad because I hadn't really prepared my partner or Jordan for what to expect when he's meant to come, like when he does go over to our family's house.
Yeah.
So that's my bad. So I think one of the things would be to get your partner to just educate you a little bit so you don't sort of get bombarded when you get to the house.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad that I didn't really tell him how to certain it. But he was really good. Like, he still knew to be respectful and come, he dressed appropriately. He was being very friendly and talked. And he tried, especially because our grandma, she talks to our partners as if they understand Samoan.
She speaks to them in Samoan.
In Samoan. And our poor partners just nod. Like, Jordan has no idea what she's saying sometimes, but he just nods. And she could be saying something like you smell funny, and he'll just be like...
Or she'll be like asking, like, she'll say something and then he'll say, yeah. And then she turns around to ask her, like, like, is he stupid?
It's like, no, he just doesn't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Grandma, he's not Samoan.
Yeah. That was like that time Grandma, because our family, Jordan goes for the Chiefs. So he goes for he goes for the Chiefs, and Grandma and obviously our parents go for the Auckland Blues. Yeah. So she was asking Jordan. That's how they sort of communicate, is through sports. So she had asked him if he had watched the game, and I translated, and I was like, "Oh, Grandma wants to know if you watched the game," and he said, "Yeah, he did." And Grandma, because the Blues had lost, Grandma goes, "Yeah, stupid Chiefs." But Jordan's standing there like, huh? She's just saying stupid. Yeah. And then I had to explain to Grandma, Jordan's like family's from there, so he actually goes for the Chiefs. And she's like, oi. That was such a funny memory that I remember. But
that's Grandma.
That is Grandma. God love her.
No filter. Yeah, I was the same with Rob. I didn't prep him for like those kind of things. So I explained it before where like, you know, they're standing and speaking to your elders while they're sitting.
Yeah.
He really realized that the hard way.
Yeah.
And also when you're sitting on, like, say you're sitting on the couch and, you know, you got your elders sitting around, you don't put your leg up.
Yeah.
Like, have it crossed across your other leg.
Yeah.
Like that's a massive sign of disrespect.
Which is like in today's world, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like if you go to, like if I went to my Palangi's friend's house and they do that, it's normal. Like it's not offensive, it's not rude. But if you go to a Samoan household, you don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just not something you do.
Yeah. And what else?
Like when they walk past. So if you walk past a group of islanders, like let's say we're all in the lounge room and you stand up and you go to walk past, you have to sort of crouch. So you just bend down a little bit and then you walk past and you say like, excuse me, or tulo.
Yeah.
Like if you don't do that, you kind of look like.
Yeah. Well, like for starters, you shouldn't be walking. If there's another route, take that other route. But you don't walk in front of your elders because unless like, you know,
unless you really have to, they'll be all right with that as long as you're doing it in a respectful way.
Yeah. Yeah, true. There was I actually have a story. You know how even in Western society, it's like rude to speak with your mouth full.
Yes.
I don't know, with Islanders, it's almost like escalated.
It's like on another level.
Yeah, it's like my brother was he was eating, and he was like, you know, joking around with my other brother, and like they were both laughing, and Dad kept telling them off and saying, you know, don't speak with your mouth full, and they just kept doing it, and they did it over and over again, until one of them choked. And say if you were with like if it was Palangi family, they would have been like, you know, freaking out.
Yeah, they're trying to save the guy.
Trying to save the my brother like almost got a hiding while he's choking. The kid was
like, this is what happens. This is why I told you to stop talking with your mouth full. They're like gasping for air and shit. Getting a hiding in the background.
And like not only is he getting like, you know, a hiding, he can't breathe.
I don't know what's worse.
I know. I'm just sitting there because I was in the middle and I was just watching this whole thing just like, you know, unfold. And like my poor brother, like I was like, what are you gonna add, like in, you know, the process of beating him up? Are you gonna try and get the food out? What? And it took a while because Dad's like, you know, giving him a hiding, and Mom's like screaming in the background.
Yeah.
Then I was just watching it, and then I just stuck my finger in his mouth and just pulled out all the food, and then he was like, and then it was.
Because it was traumatic enough. Yeah.
Because for like, you know, Samoan parents, like we tell you once, you listen.
Yeah.
If you don't listen, you're going to get it.
And then because they choked, it was almost like, well, see what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have died. But I would have died anyway.
It's irrelevant on whether he's dying or not. He didn't listen, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like we look back at that and we just laugh at it now. But at the time, it was like, yeah, damn it, don't do it again, eh?
He actually doesn't do it anymore.
Nah,
I've never seen him do it. It's stuck with him. That's all you guys.
The other thing, the other tip I have is don't correct them. The parents.
your funeral, man. Don't even try.
Like, even if it's like, they have the wrong rugby information, to just nod.
Just nod and be like,
nod.
oh, okay. Because if you try and correct them, you look like you know it all.
Yeah.
You're a fupukal.
Yeah.
And you're trying to outsmart them.
And because they think they're always right.
Yeah. Just let them be right. Because it's either that or you're gonna be you're gonna be very wrong.
Yeah, so don't correct them as well as don't disagree with them.
just nod. Just be like, yes.
See, that's what we do.
Yeah.
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 What's another one?
I think obviously with girls, if you're gonna go over, just dress a bit I don't know, just a bit covered, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because if you rock up and you're really, I don't know, you're wearing something very revealing or something that's a bit not covered.
That's for clubbing?
Yeah. You're going to get talked about.
Yeah.
And they're going to say it in Samoan. So you won't know what they're saying. But you can feel it. You will feel the tension. It's all in the eyes.
It's all in the eyes. When they go red.
But if they're looking you up and down, it would give you an indication as to what they're saying.
Yeah.
So just don't rock up dressing a bit. Like, you can look nice, just not when you go over there. Like, leave your mini skirts and your nice, like, revealing tops or whatever. Leave them for home, like your own home.
In the room, but not when you're out with the family.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to go somewhere like church or another function or something.
Yeah.
And you rock up with that, you're not going to, it's not going to leave a good impression.
Like, even for us island girls, like, we're not even allowed to wear that around the house. Like, that's why we always have to wear the ear lovers.
Yeah.
And like, we can't even wearing tights.
Yeah. Because obviously it accentuates your nice, like, physique.
Yeah.
No one needs to see it, so they want it covered.
Yeah. Or like, for me, it's like, put it away. You love, put it away. No one wants to see that.
Because your brothers will even tell you. Your brothers will be, what the hell are you wearing?
But yeah, we always have to wear, like, the ear, if we are wearing tights or shorts, just wear the ear over it.
You might even get some sisters who will give you one. Like, if their parents tell them to go get you one, they'll probably go get you one. And don't get offended if they do. It's just the way it is.
You can look good, but just not in the house.
Yeah, just not at your Sam or island family's house.
Well, and if you are lucky enough to sleep over, even if it's like your friend's house, don't take your good clothes. Don't be, because if you do, don't be surprised if you're if you see the people living in that house wearing it.
They're just walking around
wearing your clothes.
Yeah, they're no longer your clothes.
Yeah,
they're the family's clothes now.
Oh man, there's a lot of like sort of rules.
Yeah, because we're us girls, I can only speak for us girls, and we have a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And for an outsider to come into the home, the same rules apply, regardless of whether you're an islander or not.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be with an island person, in this case, an island girl, you're going to have to follow some of the island ways.
Yeah.
Just be prepared for that. If you want to be with someone who's an islander, you have to take a lot of stuff into consideration. Yeah.
And if you back talk to your parents, don't try that in the island home. Don't talk back to those parents. Yeah. Your partner will explain why. Your partner will get the hiding for you. Yeah. And if some families, the sisters will give you the hiding. So we're not condoning violence. We're not saying we're gonna smash. We're just saying in some families you might get that. So we're just helping you. Just preparing you
Yeah.
for the
What's to come if you do want to date an island guy or an island girl?
I don't know. Well, what's another one?
There's so many. I think it's just there's so many going through our minds.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, don't stand and eat.
Yeah.
Grandma and granddad used to drill that.
Yeah. Grandma hated that.
Oh, yeah.
She'd get really mad. She would actually genuinely get mad if we're standing and eating. I think because it's just rude. Everyone's sitting and eating, and there's a lot of it's got to do with levels.
Yeah.
So if you're like on a higher level than like an elder who's sitting, it's like you're, I don't know.
It's like this. It's like you're looking down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're higher than your elders.
Sometimes you can look at them from the same level, but most of the time you're on a lower level. So you're either sitting or you're crouching. That's how you speak to an elder.
Yeah. 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 And that goes back to the standing and talking as well. Like,
Yeah.
you always gotta sit down or be at eye level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, actually, is that why? That also explains why, when we have to tell, how all the elders are sitting in the lounge and then they're, having their meeting or their chats and stuff, and then we tell them to come and eat. We always have to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
And then there's a
Like a respectful way of saying
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Like you're announcing it.
Yeah, as like a formal way of saying, guys, like,
Yeah.
food's ready. I don't know exactly what they say.
I know, Mum
can't
taught me.
remember.
Mum would be so like, I've taught you this. Sorry, Mum. But elders do eat first. So the elders do eat first. They're at the table and they eat. And then after they eat, we have to get the ipuwai.
Yeah.
So you get the little bowl and you fill it with soapy water, and you have a saucer and you put a towel over it. And you have to make sure the water's perfect or else you'll be wearing it.
Oh man, there was one time I did that and Granddad goes, "Yeah, it's like a swimming pool in there now." I was like, "You gotta wash your hands on."
Yeah, because if it's too full,
sorry.
yeah, when they put their hands in, it's obviously going to overflow. So they're looking at you like, are you stupid? Did you really do this? And if you do it too, like there's not enough water in it, they're going to be like, well, how am I supposed to wash my hands when there's not enough water in it? So just make sure it's good.
Yeah, they'll be straight up.
Yeah, they'll
be
tell
straight
you.
up.
Yeah.
So
The rest of the time, I think with our non-islanders, when they go to a house, the girls straight away help in the kitchen. It's really, you just look really good if you do that. If you go and if you just sit around and you're just on your phone or you're just not mingling, or they like to see that you're using initiative. It goes a really long way.
Yeah.
So if you go, like for girls, if you go into the kitchen and you help out, the sisters and the mums and the aunties are just like, oh wow,
those are bonus points.
you're gonna like, they're gonna talk about you like, oh, what a good girl.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
It's funny because even for us islanders, like when we go to our partners' homes, we do we automatically do the same. Like we go in the kitchen and help out, and like I don't know, just for us, that's what we were taught as a sign of respect. Yeah.
Like the guys, if our guys go over, they ask if they need help with the other guys, like if they're cooking outside or if the guys are doing some like hard labor job or whatever, and our partners go and help. It really goes a long way.
Yeah, yeah. That's so true, yeah. Because I always look at it from just the girls, but I always forget the guys, help out with the like barbecue and even just like break up the ice for the drinks or something.
Just anything that you can help with. It looks really that you're trying to at least I don't know. What's the word?
Like blend in or or be part of the family. If you want to be part of the family.
You're being involved and you're just it looks really good. And they appreciate it.
Yeah. But big points for that one.
And then they'll talk about it to us. They'll tell us like, oh wow, this guy's really good. They used their brain. They came to help. They didn't just sit around. Because in some instances there have been guys who don't, or guys or girls who don't do it, and they get backstabbed. So
badly.
And it's like, because that person could be a really nice person, but if they did do like something as small as that,
yeah, or even like something as small as if you're sitting on the couch and an elder walks in and you don't get up for that person,
you're gonna get talked about.
Your relationship is not gonna go anywhere.
You're gonna start from like this level. They're gonna be like, "Nah, I don't like them."
Yeah.
Like, they didn't use their brain or like use the initiative to stand up. Because they can tell us as their kids or grandkids, they can growl us in that way and be like, "Oh, like get up, you know the rules, like you're supposed to get up for your elders. Like, why are you sitting? You're young and agile. I am old."
Yeah.
Hello. So yeah.
And I remember there was this thing that Grandma always used to tell me with my like having my elbows on the table. I don't know. I don't know if that's, I might be wrong, but like when I'm eating, I can't eat with my elbows on the table.
Yeah.
Like it has to be off the table.
Yeah. I think it's because we have to sit a certain way. Not even sit, but we just have to, because we can't slouch and stuff. We have to sort of.
True.
Like Grandma wouldn't like it when we're slouching or we're just not sitting. Because she would sit quite like, Grandma would have nice posture, quite elegant. Even just eating food, you're just like, what the?
Oh, yeah. And even when you siba, like,
Grandma
used to be so annoyed with me. She's like, how they siba and they like, you gotta like sort of wave your hands and or like
you have to have such poise
the
way you do it.
With your fingers, and our Grandma used to get so frustrated with me. She's like, my lord, like she was like, my hands are so stiff.
Yeah. Even the way you move, she didn't like when you're so stiff. You had to move very like elegantly and nice.
Like, soft.
Yeah.
Like, this is soft, Grandma.
I don't know, this is as soft as I can
it's
go.
Just my hands. I got very short fingers.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Like you guys used to do a lot of sibas.
I knew she was gonna bring that up. Okay, I didn't, but now that she has, I'm like, why didn't I see this coming? Yeah, we did. We did a lot of sibas. Julie even asked us. She actually asked us to perform for one of my cousins' 21st.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, it was alright.
It was beautiful. It was.
But yeah, we did a lot of sibas, and Grandma would always give us tips as to how to dance, because Grandma's, she can dance like Samoan dance. She looks really beautiful and so just so
elegant.
Yeah. She's a really good and she's a very proud dancer too. Like when she does dance, she does it with such pride.
Yeah.
And I think that was our issue because we were not
funny.
Ma. Yeah, I think she's right. We had a bit of an attitude about it because we island parents, they sort of force you to do things, and you have no say about it. Like you just do as you're told, and that's it. So, and because we love our mum, and mum's telling us this, we had to do a lot of performances. Yeah. At church, like mum put me in choir, like at school, and mum just wanted us to just do like. I don't know, but we also did dances for like, makikis, like at the markets. Yeah. Where people give us money for it. She's laughing because she had to come and see us once, and you could just see how miserable we were because we're dancing in front of strangers, and some aren't
all just walking.
They're just walking around. No one's paying us anything. No one's giving us money. They just like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, keep walking. Yeah, like that store over there. They should have forced you to dance with us. I was like, how did she always manage to get out of it? I was like, this is not fair.
Because we lived further
That's
away.
True. That's actually true.
Yeah. I used to feel sorry. Yeah. We did actually in a few church performances. Because performances is a big island thing as well. Like items and that. And
like non-islanders who do join in with performances, I get really proud as well when non-islanders join in.
Oh yeah.
It looks just so beautiful to see because they're embracing our culture and they love that I love that they're doing that. My
and
like won't do that cause,
I know. Like
God love him, but he won't do that.
Same with mine. But like I think just, not being shy when it comes to those sort of things. Yeah. Like,
because that is a big thing with islanders. They don't like it when you're shy.
Yeah. Even me.
Yeah.
Like, even with me, I get told off all the time.
Yeah.
Like whenever you have like 21st, and you guys, I feel sorry for you guys because you guys are the ones that always have to go up and dance.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like looking at us, and we're just like, no. No, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll give you money.
That's actually true. Like at birthdays and stuff, I have to get up and I'm just looking at her. I always look at her because I'm like, help me. Or I'm like, get up here. And she's like, here's $50 for your... Yeah. And she walks back off and I'm still dancing around.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm extremely shy when it comes to that sort of thing. Like I wouldn't even do like, I wouldn't even be the one dancing or the one that's like, what is it? Ayuli?
Okay.
Yeah, like any of that. Like I wouldn't take part in any unless there's a massive crowd, and then I'll go and I'll stand in the back.
Yeah.
So nobody really sees me, but I'm there.
Yeah.
But it's always like to Islanders or to Samoans in particular with Siva Samoa, like it, when you go up there and you dance, it's a sign of like you're showing support.
Yeah.
For that, that family or that person.
Yeah.
And I used to always get in trouble for not being supportive.
Yeah. But like kids can't help if they're shy. That's why with non-Islanders, I feel bad for them because it's even more pressure. Yeah. Because they don't know what to do. They're shy. Some of them are shy and they're introverts. Like my partner's a super introvert.
Yeah.
So to force him to do that, he won't do it.
Yeah.
He'll just look at you and be like, no, thank you. I'm good.
But they're persistent.
They are. They really are. They're very persistent. Because it's like even when we go to actual Sivas. So Sivas is just a dance where a lot of Islanders get together and just have fun and just, dance around and whatnot. And when guys ask us to dance, we're meant to go and dance with them because it's respectful.
Yeah.
But I think because we were young and I was just shy. Like boys in general, you're already scared.
Yeah.
Because a guy has asked you to dance.
Yeah.
And then being forced to go up, you're just like, what the?
I didn't like that. When I was, because I remember like the first time I went to a Siva and some guy approached me and then I turned him down. And then mom told me how bad that was.
Yeah.
Like to turn them down. Because to them, it's like, you just have to go with it because it could cause a fight.
Yeah.
And she goes, you got to think about your guy cousins, if you don't just go and do this one little thing, that guy would get angry and then he'll start off he'll push you around. Then your cousins are gonna have to come in and and then there's gonna be a massive fight. So you rather just go and just do it.
Yeah.
I was like, but I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm like, no, thank you.
Like, why is it that we have to, I have to be forced to do something with a stranger just to keep the peace? But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know, if that's, to me, I find that morally wrong, but I don't know about others.
Yeah. Because sometimes for me, I've gone to Sivas where non-Islanders have, participated. And again, it's super beautiful to see because I love that other cultures embrace our own culture. Yeah. But I do feel bad for the ones who are very shy and they're not at that level of other non-Islanders. Yeah. So some are really proud. Some are really proud of their partner's culture and they join in and they sometimes even speak the language. Yeah. Whereas other partners are a lot more reserved. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're that reserved person, that's okay. You do you.
Just do all the other stuff.
Yeah, just do all the other stuff, fouls, the chores. If you're in the kitchen, that's okay too. You should still get points for that.
Yeah. What can us Islanders do to be a lot more open to our non-Islander friends or partners?
I think just educating them. If we just educate them, they'll know. Because some don't even know and they don't mean to. And then it's hard because they're already being judged. Yeah. And they're being judged quite harshly because us as Islanders, we have this mentality that they should already know. But how can they know?
Yeah. Yeah.
How can they already know what they're meant to do when they haven't been educated? So I think us as islanders, we need to educate, especially our non-island friends and our partners, so that they're prepared.
Yeah.
Because if it causes any issues, it's for me, I'm to blame if something's happened and I didn't let my partner know.
Yeah.
So if my family is mad at him because he didn't do something, it's on me because I didn't educate him and tell him, hey, with this, you need to do this. So it's not really his fault because that's not how he was brought up and that's not their culture. So I think as islanders, we are responsible for educating our friends and our partners and telling them how it is.
Yeah. And 100% agree. And also that, they're like trying to get them to understand that it's a different like culture. It's a different world. Like what they might seem, what might seem, wrong to them is just a way of life for us. Yeah. And if you're, really committed to, your partner, you gotta sort of like make them understand what, your what is important to you and what and your family. Because pretty much like when you marry an islander, you marry the family too.
You marry their entire family. And if you're happy with that, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you can't, then you need to take that into consideration because like Jules said, islanders, family is a big thing. It's even hard for us to explain to our own partners because they're not islanders.
Yeah.
So trying to tell them how certain things are, especially as the eldest girls. I know we keep mentioning it, but it's just that's the way it is for us. Because we're so reliant on and dependent on, it's really hard sometimes for our partners to understand the concept of what we're going through.
Yeah.
Just educate them. Just keep trying. I think that's all. You just need to keep trying. Have that sort of communication.
And like it's hard for like I know for us like sometimes we don't remember all of these things because sometimes we don't it's almost so normal to us that we don't even think that it's something that they should know about. But just start off with like just the little things like the way when they're standing and talking to someone sitting or just like behaviors. Start off with that and then get into the bigger issues. Just slowly break it down.
So if you've already reached past all those levels and you've gotten to like the serious like issues, then good for you, man. Thank you so much.
Hopefully you're still
with us.
We're actually so lucky. We've like gone like almost 10 years past with our partners. So,
so
they're still alive.
They're still with us.
They still love us.
I hope.
And our families. Kind of. Nah. They got a pass.
They really have. It's really good because now they've actually reached the level of what we're talking about. I think because they started off slowly and like with little things, they've gradually gotten to the stage where our parents, because sometimes my family, they prefer him over me sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Which is a good thing. I should be really proud.
Oh no, sorry, I don't mean.
I meant mine. Richard.
I'm like, I prefer Jordan over you.
Sometimes she does, because they're so alike. So, just to be honest.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I'm really proud of them for getting to, because it can happen for those who are just starting off in a relationship with an islander and you're questioning it. It's not impossible. And we're not saying it's the most difficult thing in the world. Like it's, but it is possible to get through different sort of, I don't know, what's expected of us as islanders. Yeah. You can make a relationship work, but it has to keep, it goes both ways. Yeah. As any other relationship would go.
Just have that open communication. So and then like what worked well with me and Rob is that we sort of created a balance. Yeah. There were some things he didn't agree with.
Yeah. And there's gonna be a lot of those. There's actually gonna be a lot where you just don't agree with our way of lifestyle.
Yeah. 100%. Falavilavis.
Yeah. Like people, I don't know. Some really embrace it. Like I know a few of my friends, when they hear about it, they're like, "Well, this is the life I chose. I chose to be with an islander. So this is what I'm gonna do."
Yeah.
Whereas others just, no, that makes no sense to me. You need to explain it to me so I understand why. But yeah.
Yeah. Like, and it's not just you know, our culture as well. Like with me and Rob, like, you know, we sort of like both understand each other's cultures as well, and I'll respect, like, you know, what you know, because his family, like, it's highly respected if you know, kiss them on the lips, and that was, like, you know, something I wasn't really comfortable with at first, but out of respect for my partner, you know, I did it. And yeah, so like it goes both ways. It's not just like, you know, they come into an island culture and it's all about island culture.
Yeah.
You also got to respect their culture as well.
Yeah.
And which brings me to my next point. There are just some answers that we cannot answer.
I can't answer. I don't even think our parents would be able to answer it. Not in a mean way, but just there's just a lot of stuff that we do not have answers for. We just know that it's just the way things are, and we don't question it. I think because we had that sort of upbringing of, you don't question us, you just do.
Yeah.
So we don't have all the answers.
Yeah. Like, for example, when it comes to, you know, giving money for like falavilavas, you know, for like, you know, weddings or funerals or
birthdays.
Birthdays, and you always like, it's not even just a small amount that we have to fork out for our families. It's larger amounts. I'm lucky enough to not really experience that as much. But there, you know, when there are times, I know a lot of families sort of follow that, but yeah, a lot of the, you know, non-islander people, that's the first question. Why? Yeah. Why do you have to give all that money?
The first question is how much, and then when you hear how much, you have to pick your partner off the floor, and then and then they ask why.
Yeah.
And some, sorry, guys?
No, you're right.
No, some partners are just some accept it. Some are like, okay, well, okay, and then others are just like, what? What do you mean? What for? Who's wedding?
Do you know this person?
Yeah. And that makes it worse. It makes it worse for us as the islanders to try and ask them of something that we can't even understand ourselves. So they'll be like, who is it? And we don't know.
Yeah. and yeah, that one is a big, massive, like, we do not know the answer to it, why we do it. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's always been how it is, but yeah, like I said, I'm lucky enough not to experience a lot of those. But yeah, but like, you know, there are times when, you know, I do, and then we sit down and we talk it out.
Yeah.
And I explain to him, you know, what it is that we have to do and why we, like, you know, why they ask for it.
Yeah.
Like, but why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because blah 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 blah.
Because they
but
asked.
Why?
Yeah. Because they said so. Like, it's because they asked me and they said so. So that's why.
It's our parents. We have to listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hard one. But yeah, sometimes for, you know, non-islanders out there, we just don't know why.
Yeah. We're very grateful for you for understanding or trying to understand, because I feel sorry for them too. Like, as much as you know, we kid around about our non-islanders and they're not, like, you know, educated or they understand us. Some of them really do try. Yeah. And it's not easy. It's not easy coming into a culture where, especially things like money, because money is already a private thing for people. Yeah. And then to have to be with someone where money is sort of one of the bigger issues in that relationship, it's not easy. So props to you guys.
But yeah, like, there's just, some things that we don't have answers for. You know, invitations as well. Yeah. We don't know why we have to invite people
that we've never met. We don't know.
We don't know.
I know it's obviously the respectful way of like our elders and our parents telling us this is why. It's because they're related to this person and that's why they're linked to this person and we have to invite them. But for us, we still don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
They just pop up in your invitation list.
Yeah.
It's just like how it is.
Yeah.
What else? One thing that was a little bit hard for me in my relationship was that, you know, being the eldest out of my siblings, like there's a massive age gap between me and the younger ones, and a lot of time, like before I met, you know, Rob, I used to take the little ones out all the time. And so when, you know, I started a family of my own, at first I used to keep doing that. So not only I would take, you know, me, Rob, and Brody, but then I also bring along like my younger siblings. And like, I didn't know, because he doesn't mind at all. Yeah. But there are times when he just wants just family, like us family time. And it took me a while to click because I'm like, but why? Yeah. But they're at home. They're not doing anything. And they're kids. Yeah. So like
what's the issue?
Yeah.
But we forget that we're so family orientated. Yeah. That our partners sometimes feel left out. Yeah. Because we always, like, we're always going to be there for our siblings. Yeah. So to always put them up and then sometimes have to, like, it sacrifices our own immediate family, which is, like, sometimes our partners will deal with it. They're just like, okay, I don't mind this time. But when it's constant, it starts to be a bit. Yeah.
A bit too much. And I didn't realize that because, like, for me, it was like, you know, we were brought up, like, if we take the kids, we take all the kids. Yeah. You know, like, it wouldn't be fair to just take. You know,
that kid's left out now because you didn't take them.
Yeah. And, so I was always used to, so if I took my own kid out, I would take the other two because they were the younger ones. Yeah. So I'll take them with as well. And then we just, and not only that, we paid for it all. Yeah. So, like, it was another, you know, another thing, like, you know, money and all of that. But then I didn't click until, you know, later. Like, I was like, why is this guy, like, you know, always so upset? Yeah. But then I realized, he just wants family time. Yeah. Not family time. Yeah. Just us three.
Yeah. But it was really hard for us to sort of break from that. Yeah. Because we've been doing it all our lives. So to stop doing it, I felt a lot of guilt. Yeah. When I stopped, because I just felt really bad for my siblings, especially being the oldest. I used to be like, I do everything for them or whatever they ask for, I'll be there. And then there's times now where I have to say no because I have my own kid now. Yeah. And which is fine because my siblings are older now. But yeah, it's true. It was really hard for us to sort of stop. Yeah. But we're still working on it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like now it's mainly just like the, you know, me, Robin, and our kid. But there are a lot of times I still feel guilty. Yeah. Yeah. Because I just see them, I know that they're just at home bored, like especially school holidays. Yeah. Yeah. But he does like offer, like the other day he asked if they wanted to come sleep over and he'll go to, you know, his mom's. And I spent the weekend with them. Yeah. It was really good.
I think it's just for us, it's finding the balance. Yeah. You can still keep your family you came from, but not forget the family you still have. Yeah. Like you've made. Yeah. And vice versa.
I think what we tend to forget is that, you know, now that we have our own little family, that's a higher priority than, you know, the family we grew up with. Not that we will, you know, disregard them or anything, but that, you know.
They actually come before now. Yeah. That was really hard. Yeah. Even that was hard. It's just hard all around, man. Are you not on the list still with us?
Are you sure? Are you sure want to be with Ireland? Yeah. No, it's not. Like, it's those are just the tips of all the, you know, small little things. Yeah. That were I guess, like, when we put it all together, it seems like a lot. Yeah. But there's a lot of good things.
Yeah. Because at the moment, with our own families, no one's actually with a Samoan. So we're both Samoan, but our cousins and our siblings, so far, all our kids have been, they're half Samoan, half something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for non-islanders, there's a lot because our own families is proof. Our in-laws are not just, they're not islanders. Yeah.
So we're professionals now.
We're experts, apparently. So it does work, and it's not impossible.
Yeah. But you no doubt there will be fights, not physical fights, but like you will be arguing a lot about things.
As all couples do, but I think obviously when you're with someone who's from a different background, with different cultures and different way of doing things, you're gonna disagree.
Yeah,
there's gonna be disagreements. Yeah, it's normal, but hang in there.
It's completely normal.
Like you're gonna scream and cry and get angry.
I don't think you're not the only ones as well. Like if you guys are, if you know you're a couple that non-islander with an islander. Yeah, there's a lot more couples out there that you can reach out for and ask for help.
Yeah, some of them are just like the couple that I really love watching their content is I don't know if you watch them, Valerie Rika's her partner Chris. Yeah. I think they're a beautiful couple. I've never met them, but the way they embrace the Samoan culture and everything, I just think is so beautiful. Yeah, so
and they're so funny.
They really are. They can really, and I think Chris is doing an amazing job as a non-islander to really like embrace the culture. Yeah, it's amazing.
And even just like speaking it as well.
Yeah,
like, she taught him well.
Yeah, good on them.
I kind of like Rob's picked up a few words here and there. Yeah, but I haven't got him to say a sentence yet.
Yeah, Jordan's still trying to learn. I think he feels left out now. He didn't really have any sort of intention of learning. Not that it's a bad thing, but he didn't really want to. But now that we have Brooklyn, and Brooklyn understands me, so he feels a bit left out now. Yeah. So now he's trying to. What did you say?
What does that mean?
Tell me what you said. Why are you laughing on your own? So my daughter and I will understand, and we have this. I feel like we have a secret language. That we understand, but now we're trying to. Well, he's feeling left out, so sometimes he'll like join in and ask, "What does this mean?" or "What does that mean?" and she uses it where she goes. Like sometimes I didn't even know she's used it somewhere else, and I'm like, "Oh."
Did you ever have that? Like, was he ever uncomfortable with you speaking someone or teaching someone to baby?
He wasn't. I think it was only uncomfortable when we'd speak it. And he does it. He's there. So if I'm talking to my mom or someone and he's there, he felt a bit like, I don't know what's going on. What are you talking about? And I forget sometimes because I wouldn't like that either. If I'm at someone's house and they're speaking their language and I have no idea what they're saying, they could be saying like she's wearing an ugly shirt or something. Yeah. Like I get now why sometimes people get offended. Yeah. When I'm not saying you can't speak your language, but I think just be aware of your surroundings. Yeah. So that was the only time he'd feel a bit uncomfortable, but as far as teaching my daughter, he has no issue with it.
That's good.
I think because I don't want her to forget that she's half me. Yeah, and I'm Samoan, so she's half me. She has to learn.
Does he teach her Māori?
No, I really want her to learn. Yeah. So I've asked his cousins, and sometimes there's different little words that her grandparents, so my partner's grandparents, teach her. So sometimes she mixes it with what we say at home. Okay. So she'll say like a couple Māori words that she's picked up from her grandparents and she'll use it at home, which I understand now. And I'm like, oh, cool. But I'd really love her to learn that side of who she is too, because that's what her dad is. Yeah. And I want her to know what both her sides are. Yeah. Not just the Samoan side. I want her to learn. What about with Rob? Did he feel uncomfortable?
He doesn't even know his language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
That's all right. Like, that's like Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, so for him, I don't know, I can't remember if at first he wasn't too sure, but because we like my dad's first language is Samoan anyway. So he's more like he'd rather have Brody have that bond with my dad, even if that means Brody learns the language. Okay, so that they can be close.
That is beautiful though.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, which brings up that there's another good tip that you said. When non-islanders are at their partner's home and everybody's speaking the same language. Yeah. yeah, for us partners, you have to translate everything.
Yeah.
Everything to them just so that they don't feel uncomfortable. I used to do that a lot for Rob.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times when, like I'll like say I'll sit with, whoever and they're speaking to me in Samoan and he's sitting right next to me, and sometimes I'll have to like quickly turn and just say, yeah, she was talking. And then it also sort of hints to them to start speaking English.
Yeah.
Because my partner is not Samoan.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh yeah, yeah. And then they will start, talking in English.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like things, like small things like that.
Yeah. I think just, helping your partner understand, because they already feel left out, or not left out, but they already feel like they're an outsider coming into a new family. And then if you're speaking another language and they have no idea what you're saying, it makes them feel pretty isolated.
Yeah.
I found that with, Jordan made him feel pretty alone. In a house full of islanders, and those island gatherings are not just like 5 or 6 people. There's a lot of people there. So if we're all talking and he's just sitting there, it does make them feel left out. So just think of them in that sense. Just
remember they're there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget that.
You really do, because you just in your brain you're like, oh yeah, he's fine, and then you forget that your uncle's talking to him, and you're just like, oh shit, he's saying, how are you?
Yeah. Do you have any more tips?
I think I'm good, but I just want non-islanders to know that we see them. Like, I know at first, like, I'm not even gonna lie, when I first met girls or partners of my siblings, I think it's just an automatic thing because I'm already the oldest. So I switch into this crazy protective person.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if I ever made any of my in-laws feel that way. It had nothing to do with them. It's just I turn into this very protective person where I don't.
Psycho.
Yeah. She knows. I don't even know. I'm trying to sugarcoat it. I'm trying to look all, innocent, but really I'm
Psycho.
Yes, I'm a psycho, okay? I don't know. For me, I feel like I am a pansy and stuff, and until it affects someone I love,
yeah,
and that's when I turn into a completely different person.
Yeah,
I'll fight anyone.
Yeah,
even though I can't fight for shit anymore.
Nah, like anybody that if I'm upset with somebody, this one's the first one to be like, well, where do they live? I'm gonna. What's their name?
Who are they? What's their bank details? I will find, and I find people. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm making myself look really bad, eh?
No.
Like a psycho. I think I'm the investigator of the family. So when they tell me about someone or something, I do the research.
But you're the one that always has everyone's back.
Yeah, which is a good thing. But I think the way I execute it comes off really strong. So to my in-laws, I do love you guys. I'm sorry if I gave you guys grief before you came into the picture. It's just I'm just a protective person with my loved ones. So, which I think, that's the only reason why I think with non-islanders, if you come across that, I'm so sorry. It's actually not really have anything. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. It's more family is really important to islanders.
Yeah.
So as soon as you come into you're foreign, so you're completely new, don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So when you come into the picture, it's automatically like, we don't know who you are, so we're gonna put up this defense and this wall so that we can figure out who you are. And if you're doing these steps that we're telling you, I'm not saying do it. You don't have to. It's up to you. But if you try and I don't know, implement it into how you're treating your partner's family, they will back off.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like I've totally backed off and mind my own business now. Which is what I should have done in the first place. But whatever.
Well, first impressions make the biggest impression.
Yeah. Your first impression is really important.
Yeah.
I think that's in general though, not just, but yeah, speaking for islanders, your first impression is going to mean something.
Just come in with a massive statue of Jesus. Holding some $200 notes. You'll fit right in.
You've made it. You've passed the test, guys. Yeah, so just, and to our islanders sisters and brothers, just be a bit more mindful of your non-island partners and friends and whatnot, because they don't know.
Give them a chance.
Yeah, and just educate them. Just let them know how things are. And try.
And relax the face.
Yeah, I need to learn that too. Just say it without like a frown or a scowl. Just be real.
And stop with the
Yeah, the judginess. It's not cool, man. Like I've learned, it's just, it makes you look like an ugly person. I didn't know I looked so just yuck. Like when like in-laws or like you're meeting someone for the first time, I'm already straight like, who are you? What are you doing here?
Yeah. I don't know how I'm like.
I think you're pretty good. You're pretty mellow. The rest of the family's pretty mellow. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just my... Anyways.
Well, like I said, you're the one in the family that's got everyone's back, so you're always the protective one.
Yeah.
And like if, I don't know anything about a person, this one finds out in the next day.
Do my research, man. I'm thorough.
Yeah. I can't think of any more tips.
Yeah. Well, if you guys have anything you want to ask or talk about, or with your own partners, whether it be the non-islanders or the islanders, like just buzz us and let us know. We can see what we can do.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, we don't have all the answers, but we can laugh together.
Or tell us if any of these, tips were a bit too much. Or if you have tips of your own to give out.
Yeah.
Comment on. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah, and YouTube.
Oh yes, YouTube.
YouTube.
All right. Okay. Do you have anything else, or
I'm good.
Or end it at that?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Still haven't come up with
the only thing we've come up with is fart.
Fart.